Welcome back to the Malaysia Money Matters show. It's the 25th of November 25.
Great to be here.
Today we're doing our rapid deep dive into the Malaysian and global market headlines. We're aiming to explain the underlying impacts so you can, stay well informed.
Exactly. We'll start with corporate earnings and deals here at home, then jump into national policy updates, and finish up with the big international news.
All right, let's kick off with corporate earnings. And there is one result that really, it just jumps out. IOI Properties.
Oh, yeah. A net profit surge of more than ninefold.
A huge number. But here's the key context. This wasn't really about operations.
Not at all. It was a one-off accounting thing, a huge RM 502.8 million gain from their acquisition of Scottsdale Properties.
The company that owns the JW Marriott in Singapore. So it's a big balance sheet boost, but from an M&A move.
That's a crucial distinction. For pure operational strength, you'd look at, say, Telekom Malaysia.
Right. Their profit jumped 47.6%.
And that was a mix of solid core performance and much lower tax charges. It shows their transformation is actually working.
Kelington Group also had a strong quarter. Profit up 25%, and they even declared a special dividend.
Yeah, their order book is incredibly robust. RM 1.64 billion, and they're expanding with a new project now in Germany.
We're also seeing this fascinating trend in alternative finance. The pawnbrokers.
They're booming. Pappajack and Well Chip both posted record or near tripled profits.
It just highlights how stable pawnbroking is as a financing channel, especially when gold prices are high, right?
Exactly. It's a hedge against uncertainty. But on the flip side, you had Apex Healthcare.
Their profit dipped about 14.4%.
Mainly due to a rise in low-margin sales and some losses from an associate company.
Okay, let's shift to corporate strategy. The big banking headline has to be DBS Group revising its offer for Alliance Bank.
Down to a 30% stake. Yeah, that's after they failed to get approval for their initial plan to buy 49%.
It's a perfect example of how regulatory limits can really shape these huge M&A deals.
And in construction, things are looking good. Crest Builder secured a nearly RM $300 million contract.
For that new tower in Desa Park City. That boosts their order book to what? RM 1.7 billion.
That's right. It gives them about 4 years of earnings visibility, which is fantastic.
We also saw YTL Group looking to expand in a big way internationally.
Into South Africa, they're exploring power plants, data centers.
And even AI. They're offering their own Malaysian-developed AI model there.
And back home, Faytech launched a new joint venture plant to make car seats for Sherry and Jitour.
Creating about 300 jobs, too.
Now let's get into the national policy and legal side of things.
The big one is the 1MDB lawsuit. A Singapore court is allowing the claim against Standard Chartered to move forward.
Yeah, that's a US $2.7 billion claim. The court dismissed the bank's attempt to just toss out the case.
So the push for accountability continues on the international stage.
It does. And politically, we're watching this very technical legal argument over Datuk Seri Najib Razak's status.
His lawyers are arguing that the house arrest addendum is just a form of respite or relief.
Right, and therefore it doesn't need the Pardons Board's formal deliberation. It's a fine legal point, but with huge implications.
Okay, compliance is about to get, intense for businesses.
You're talking about the E-Invoicing, starting January 1, 2026.
Yes. High-value sales over 10,000 ringgit, plus big utility providers and telcos, they have to issue individual e-invoices.
This is a massive shift. It radically increases the level of data regulators can see.
And on online safety, the government confirmed they'll use Know Your Customer checks for age verification on social media.
But they still haven't decided if parents will be liable if their kids under 16 break the rules. That's the big question.
Let's shift globally. It seems the U.S. and Ukraine are working on what's being called a refined peace framework.
Focused on compromises that Kyiv can actually accept to potentially end the war.
And in the U.S., we're getting some mixed signals from the Fed, aren't we?
We are. Governor Waller is talking about an interest rate cut in December because of the labor market.
Even though most economists are predicting slower growth and sticky inflation for 2026?
It's a tricky balancing act. And speaking of balancing acts, the AI race.
President Trump is personally deciding whether to let NVIDIA sell its advanced H200 chips to China.
That's a huge call. It's immediate profit versus long-term national security concerns.
Meanwhile, Alibaba's Quinn AI app debuted with over 10 million downloads in just 1 week. The competition is fierce.
And finally, defense tensions are high in Asia. Japan is reaffirming plans to deploy missiles to an island near Taiwan.
Yonaguni Island,
Huh.
a move China called extremely dangerous.
Yeah, definitely a space to watch.
So if there's one thing from today that will fundamentally change the landscape for Malaysian big business next year,
Yeah.
it has to be that shift to individual e-invoices.
I absolutely agree. And that brings us to the provocative thought we want to leave you with. Given that new requirement for minute transactional detail, how quickly will Malaysian businesses adapt their internal systems to handle this intense new level of regulatory transparency?
A great question for you to mull over. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive. And don't miss out on future market intelligence. Please subscribe to the Malaysia Money Matters podcast. Hey there, thanks for tuning in. If you would like a deeper dive into all the investment opportunities from today's news, subscribe to my newsletter at moneymatters.substack.com. I will be sharing a deeper analysis of the key investment opportunities from today's news, including what makes these opportunities stand out and how they fit into the broader market trends. By subscribing to the Malaysia Money Matters newsletter, you will also get exclusive insights on my watch list and portfolio and fundamental reports on Malaysian listed companies.